Hello, my child. Come. Come and find a place to rest, just for this moment. I am so glad you felt my pull, that you heard my whisper calling your name from just beneath the surface of all the sound. It takes courage to even pause in a world that never stops, and you have shown that courage by coming here. There has been so much noise today, hasn't there? I see you. I want you to know that I see you with perfect clarity, standing in the very epicenter of it all. It's like you are standing on a tiny stable patch of ground while chaotic winds whip around you from every direction. It is not just a noise you hear with your ears, the sounds of traffic, of voices, of machinery. It is a noise that vibrates through your entire being, a frequency of chaos that has unsettled your spirit and wearied your soul. And before we do anything else, before we seek the quiet, I want to simply stand here with you for a moment and acknowledge what it has been like. I want to validate the toll it has taken. I see the relentless noise of demand that has been shouting at you since the moment you woke up. It began as a mental list, a cacophony of "I have to" and "I need to." Then it took on an audible form, the demanding ping of notifications from your phone, each one a small but insistent summons, a little hook pulling a piece of your attention away. The demanding voices of colleagues through emails and calls, the needs of your family, the unspoken but deeply felt requirements of your relationships. All day it has felt like a constant barrage, 100 different radio stations playing at once, all calling your name. You have been running back and forth trying to turn down the volume of each one by meeting its endless requirements, leaving you feeling frayed, fragmented, pulled apart, and utterly depleted. You are not imagining this feeling of being scattered. It is the natural result of a soul stretched in too many directions. I see it. I see the pervasive noise of information. It is a torrent, a relentless fire hose of data that the world aims at you from every angle. The news reports filled with stories of conflict and tragedy from around the world. The endless scroll of social media, a chaotic mixture of curated joy, heated arguments, and overwhelming opinion. The podcasts, the articles, the videos, all pouring into your mind, filling it with a slurry of anxiety, outrage, comparison, and a sorrow too vast to properly process. This noise doesn't just pass through you. It leaves a sticky residue on your soul, a low-grade, constant hum of agitation and dread that you carry with you even when all the screens are finally off. It has made the world feel loud, frightening, and unstable, and it has robbed you of your inner sense of safety. I see it. I see the piercing noise of expectation. This is perhaps the most insidious noise because its source is so often internal. It is the loud, critical voice of your own inner taskmaster, the part of you that has absorbed the world's standards of success and productivity. It cracks a whip of condemnation, telling you that you are not moving fast enough, not trying hard enough, not being good enough. It is the deafening chorus of shoulds and musts that gives you no room to breathe, no space to simply be. You should be more disciplined. You must get this finished. You should be happier. This voice is a cruel tyrant, and it has been shouting in your ear all day, making it impossible to find a moment's peace even when you are alone. I see the weariness this inner critic has caused you. I see it, and I see the frantic noise of hurry. The very rhythm of the world you live in is a rhythm of haste. The rushed commute, the back-to-back meetings, the hurried meals, the constant feeling of being behind schedule. This noise has a tempo, fast, jagged, and unforgiving, and it has forced your own nervous system, your own heart, to try and beat in time with its exhausting pace. It has kept your body in a low-level state of fight or flight, leaving you feeling breathless and on edge as if you have been running a marathon you never even signed up for. It has disconnected you from the natural, unhurried rhythm of your own soul. I see it. I see all of this, my child. I see you standing there in the middle of this swirling vortex of sound and pressure. I see you trying so hard to hold it all together, to keep your footing, to force a smile, to pretend that it's not affecting you. I see how it has scattered your thoughts into a million pieces, how it has deeply troubled the waters of your heart, and how it has knotted up the muscles in your shoulders and your neck. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human, and it has been too much. It has been too loud. And I am not here to add one more sound to the chaos. I am not another voice demanding something from you. My voice is different. It does not compete with the noise. It resonates beneath it. It is a whisper, a vibration of pure peace, and it is calling you now, not to a new task, but to a holy refuge. So before we take a single step toward the quiet, just stand here with me for one more breath. Let my seeing you, my understanding of your battle, be the first wave of comfort. You are seen. The battle of this day is over. It is time to find the quiet place. Now that we have stood together and acknowledged the chaos you have endured, I want you to listen. I mean, truly listen. Not with your ears, which are so attuned to the loud frequencies of the world, but with your heart, with the deepest, quietest part of your being. Can you sense it? Beneath the roar of the world, beneath the shouting of your to-do list, beneath the static of your anxiety, there is another sound. It has been there all along, a constant, steady signal, but it is very easy to miss when the volume of life is turned up so high. It is a whisper. It is the sound of my voice, and it is speaking a single, gentle, profound invitation directly to your weary soul right now. The invitation is this: come away with me. These are the very words I spoke to my dearest friends, my disciples, when they returned to me from their work in the towns and villages. They were overwhelmed. They were drained by the constant needs of the crowds, by the press of people, by the sheer noise of their mission. They were exhilarated, but they were also exhausted, just like you. And I looked at them, and my heart filled with compassion. I did not give them a new strategy for crowd control or a more efficient way to manage their time. I gave them an invitation. I gave them a gift. Come away by yourselves to a desolate place and rest a while. A desolate place. A quiet place. A place where the only voice they would need to hear was mine. I am extending that same timeless, grace-filled invitation to you now. It is your personal summons to stillness. Come away from the incessant noise of demand. I give you holy permission to let the emails sit unanswered. The messages can wait. The ever-present glowing screens can go dark. The needs of the world, which are vast and endless, will still be there later. For this moment, this sacred sliver of time, you are allowed to be gloriously unavailable to everyone and everything else, so that you can become fully, deeply available to me and to the quiet needs of your own soul. Come away from the deafening noise of information. The world will continue its frantic spin without your constant, vigilant monitoring. The endless river of updates, opinions, and tragedies is not your burden to carry. You can step back from the riverbank for a while and let it flow by without you. Your spirit is crying out for a respite from the secondary trauma and the constant agitation that comes from drinking from that chaotic stream. Come away from the piercing noise of expectation, especially your own. I release you from the need to be productive right now. I release you from the need to prove your worth through action. Here, in this space we are creating together, your only task is to be still. Your value is not a topic for discussion here. It is a settled, foundational, unchanging reality. You are my beloved child. My love for you is not a reward for your performance. It is the very ground upon which you stand. This invitation is not primarily to a physical location, though finding a quiet room can help. It is more deeply an invitation to a different state of being. It is a conscious choice to shift your inner posture from one of frantic doing to one of peaceful being. It is a gentle but deliberate act of turning your soul, turning your back just for now on the noise and turning your face, your attention, your focus, toward me. I know how difficult this turn can be. The noise has a powerful gravity, a magnetism. It pulls on you. It whispers lies to keep you ensnared. It tells you that stepping away is irresponsible, that it is lazy. It screams that things will fall apart if you are not there personally, to hold them together with the sheer force of your will and worry. These are the lies the noise tells to perpetuate itself. But I am telling you the truth. And the truth is this: I am the one who holds all things together. And I am inviting you to step into the very center of that power, which is not a place of chaotic, frantic activity, but a place of deep, generative, profound stillness. It is the quiet eye of the hurricane where all is calm. So I am asking you now to do a brave and beautiful thing. I am asking you to accept my invitation. It doesn't require a grand gesture. All it takes is a whisper in the sanctuary of your own heart. Just say the word, yes. Yes, Lord, I will come away with you. Yes, I am willing to step out of the noise. Yes, I am ready to receive the gift of stillness that you offer. The moment you say yes, the moment your will aligns with mine, something in the spiritual atmosphere shifts. You have given me permission to lead you out of the chaos. You have taken the first crucial step on the hidden path that leads away from the cacophony and toward the sanctuary. The path ahead may seem unclear, but you do not need a map. You just need to take my hand. I know the way. I have been waiting patiently to show it to you. So come. Let the roar of the world begin to fade into the background. Tune your heart to a new sound. The sound of my footsteps leading you forward. The sound of my voice whispering your name. I am leading you now. I am leading you home, to the quiet place I have prepared for your soul. My child, now that you have accepted my invitation, now that you have whispered yes in your heart, you might be wondering, where is this quiet place? How do we get there? You might be looking around your physical room, seeing the same familiar walls, hearing the distant hum of traffic or the house settling and thinking that nothing has changed. But the journey we are on is not an outward one. It is an inward one. The quiet place is not a destination you travel to with your body. It is a reality you enter with your soul. And the door to this place is closer than you think. It is right there, within your own heart. For so long you have thought of peace as something external, something you must seek out. A vacation, a silent retreat, a moment when the house is finally empty. You have been looking for the quiet place on a map. But I have come to tell you a revolutionary truth. I have built the sanctuary within you. When I ascended to the Father, I did not leave you alone. I sent my spirit, my very essence, to make a home inside of you. Your body is his temple. This means that the quietest, most holy place in the universe, a place where the noise of the world cannot enter, a place of perfect peace and communion, is not out there somewhere. It is within you. You have been carrying the sanctuary with you all along. You have just forgotten where the door is, so let me help you find it. Let's not make this complicated. It is a simple, gentle process of turning your attention inward. I want you to begin with your breath. Your breath is the bridge between your outer world and your inner world. It is the rhythm of your life. Settle your body as comfortably as you can, and let's take a breath together. A slow, intentional breath in. Feel the air enter your body, a gift of life, a physical reminder of my spirit, the Ruach, the very breath of God. And now, a long, slow breath out. As you exhale, I want you to imagine that you are closing an outer door, the door to the noisy room of the world you just left. With that breath, you are leaving the demands, the information, the hurry, on the other side of that door. They can wait. Let's do that again. A deep, calming breath in, drawing your awareness away from what is outside of you. And a full, releasing breath out, closing another door. The door to the clamor of other people's opinions and expectations. You are stepping further inside your own sacred space. One more time. A breath in, gathering all the scattered pieces of yourself, and a breath out, closing the final outer door, the one that leads to the future and the past. For this moment, they do not exist. There's only the here and now. Now that the outer doors are closed, your attention is inside. It might still feel noisy in here. That's okay. The inner noise is what we will tend to next. But first, let's find the specific door to the quiet place. I want you to place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the gentle, steady beat of your heart beneath your palm. That rhythm is a testament to my faithfulness. I have sustained that beat every moment of your life, waking and sleeping. It is the drumbeat of my love for you. And right there in the very center of your being, in the place of your heart, I want you to imagine a door. It might be a simple wooden door. It might be an ornate, ancient one. It doesn't matter what it looks like. This is the door to the inner sanctuary, the holy of holies within you. For a long time, this door may have been closed. It might be dusty, a little stiff. You have been living in the noisy hallways and outer courts of your own being, forgetting that this deep, silent chamber even existed. But you are not alone at this door. I am standing here with you, and I hold the key. In fact, I am the key. I once said, I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. I am the way into this place of green pastures and still waters within your own soul. So I want you to see me now, turning the key. Or perhaps I simply place my hand on the door, and it swings open silently, effortlessly, at my touch. And as the door opens, I want you to feel what comes out to greet you. It is not a blinding light or a loud chorus of angels. It is a profound and palpable silence. A silence that is not empty but full. It is full of peace. It is full of love. It is full of a deep, resonant stillness that feels like coming home. This is the quiet place. Take a step inside with me. The air here is different. It is calm and warm. The light is soft and gentle. This is the place where my spirit dwells. This is the center of your being where you and I are eternally united. The noise of the world cannot reach you here. It is baffled by the thick walls of my presence. The anxious thoughts may still be swirling in the outer courts of your mind, but here, in this central chamber, they have no power. This is your quiet place. It is always here. It is always accessible. You do not need to earn your way in. You only need to remember the way. The way is to turn your attention from the outer world to the inner world, and to ask me to open the door. You have found it now. So come. Step all the way in. Let the door swing shut behind you. And let us rest here together in the holy, healing silence. My child, now that we have stepped through the door and are standing together in the threshold of this inner sanctuary, I want to give you a very specific and necessary gift for this journey into quiet. I want to give you sacred and divine permission to unplug. In the world you live in, to be plugged in is seen as a virtue. It means being connected, responsive, aware, and available. But it has also become a form of bondage. You are tethered to a constant stream of digital noise, and the leash is a very short one. Your mind, your soul, has not had a moment of true, untethered freedom. And so you feel drained, overstimulated, and perpetually on call. So I am speaking this permission over you now with all the authority of your Creator and Redeemer. For this period of rest, you have my blessing to completely and utterly unplug. This means, first, permission to unplug from the devices that tether you to the world's noise. Your phone, your tablet, your computer. In your mind's eye, I want you to see the invisible cords of energy that connect you to these devices. See them stretching from your mind and your heart to those glowing screens. They are cords of expectation, of information, of distraction. Now, with a gentle but firm intention, I want you to see yourself unplugging them, one by one. Shh, key. That is the sound of you unplugging from the endless scroll of social media, with its noise of comparison and curated reality. Shh, K. That is the sound of you unplugging from the relentless flood of news, with its noise of fear and outrage. Shh, K. That is the sound of you unplugging from your email inbox, with its noise of demand and responsibility. Feel the immediate sense of release as these tethers fall away. You are no longer on call to the world. You are on retreat with your God. But unplugging goes deeper than just your devices. I also give you permission to unplug from the projects and problems that are consuming your mental energy. The work project with the looming deadline. The unresolved conflict with a loved one. The financial worry that you keep turning over and over in your mind. You have been plugged in to these problems, letting them drain your inner resources long after the workday is over. Tonight, I want you to visualize each of these problems as a machine, and you are going to walk over and pull its plug from the wall of your mind. The machine whirs down into silence. The problem will still be there in the morning, but for tonight, you are unplugging your energy from it. You are handing the watch over to me. I can work on these things while you sleep, and most importantly, I give you permission to unplug from the relentless expectation of being constantly available. This is a subtle but powerful form of noise. It is the feeling that you owe everyone an immediate response, that you must be reachable at all times, that your time is not your own. This is a lie from the culture of hurry. My child, your time is a sacred gift from me, and I am sanctifying this portion of it for rest. You do not owe the world your immediate attention tonight. You owe your own weary soul a moment of peace. You are officially off duty. The closed sign is on the door of your life for the next few hours. The only one you are available to right now is me. This act of unplugging might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel a twitch of anxiety, a fear of missing out. That is the sign of how deeply tethered you have been. Be gentle with yourself. See this discomfort as a withdrawal symptom from the drug of noise. Breathe into it, and let my presence reassure you. You are not missing out on anything important. You are plugging into the one thing that is truly essential, your connection to the source of all life and all peace. You are exchanging the chaotic, draining energy of the world for the calm, restorative energy of my spirit. This is a holy exchange. You are unplugging from the noise so that you can plug into the silence. You are unplugging from the horizontal demands so that you can plug into the vertical relationship that truly sustains you. So rest in this untethered state. Feel the freedom of it, the spaciousness, the quiet. There are no cords pulling on you. There are no machines humming in your mind. There is no one you have to be for anyone else. You are unplugged. You are free. And in this freedom, true rest can finally begin to take root. My precious child, now that you have stepped through the door into your inner sanctuary and given yourself permission to unplug, we can begin the gentle work of cleansing this sacred space. We are standing together in the quiet, but you may still hear the echoes of the day, the phantom sounds of the world you just left behind. It is like leaving a loud concert and still feeling the music vibrating in your chest. These echoes are the voices of the world, and they have followed you in here. So let us lovingly, and without judgment, identify them and escort them back outside the door. Imagine we are standing in the middle of this peaceful, softly lit room of your heart. And we can hear these disembodied voices still whispering and murmuring in the corners. They are intruders in this holy place. Let's address them one by one with my authority and your consent. First, there is the loud, frantic voice of the news. It speaks of chaos, of conflict, of fear, of disaster. It presents a world that is constantly on the brink of collapse. It wants you to feel anxious and powerless. It feeds on your agitation. This voice has no place in our quiet sanctuary. So together, let's turn to it. We don't have to argue with it. We simply say, "Voice of worldly fear, I acknowledge you, but you are not welcome here tonight. My God is sovereign over all these events. He is my shield and my fortress. Your power to create anxiety in this heart is now broken. You must leave." And watch as that voice, like a puff of dark smoke, is drawn back out through the door we closed, leaving the air in here cleaner and clearer. Next, there is the seductive, whispering voice of social media. This voice speaks in the language of comparison, of envy, and of discontent. It shows you a highlight reel of other people's lives and whispers, "Look at what you're missing. Look at how happy they are. Your life is not as exciting, not as beautiful, not as successful." It wants you to feel less than. It wants to steal your gratitude for the life I have given you. This voice is a thief of joy. So let us turn to it and say, "Voice of comparison, your currency is not valid here. My worth is not determined by my life's appearance next to others. My worth was determined on a cross. My joy is found not in circumstance, but in the presence of my Savior. You must leave now." And watch as this glittering, hollow voice dissolves and is ushered out of our sacred space. The atmosphere becomes more authentic, more real. Then, there is the demanding, impatient voice of the marketplace. It speaks of productivity, of achievement, of deadlines, of success. It is the voice that tells you that you should be working or planning or striving, even now. It insists that rest is a waste of time. It measures your value by what you produce. This is the voice of the taskmaster, the spirit of Pharaoh. It is a relentless driver of souls. Let us confront it together. Voice of endless striving, you are a liar. My identity is not producer, it is beloved child. And I was created for work, but I was also commanded to rest. Tonight is a holy Sabbath for my soul. Your demands have no power here. You must go. And see this harsh metallic voice retreat, leaving behind a silence that is soft and accepting. And there is the voice of popular opinion, the culture around you. It shouts about what you should believe, how you should look, what you should desire, how you should live. It is fickle, ever-changing, and merciless in its judgments. It tries to squeeze you into its mold. It wants to rob you of your unique, God-given identity. This voice is a powerful pressure. But in here, my truth is the only standard. So let's turn to it and say, "Voice of the crowd, I will not bow to your pressure. I am being transformed by the renewing of my mind, not conformed to the pattern of this world. My shepherd's voice is the only one I follow. Your influence ends at the door of this sanctuary. Leave." And watch as this noisy, confusing clamor is pushed back, leaving a profound sense of personal integrity and peace. One by one, we are clearing the room. The air is growing stiller, purer. You are reclaiming this space for its intended purpose, communion with me. The world has been shouting at you all day, trying to tell you who you are, what to fear, what to want, and what to do. But its jurisdiction ends where my presence begins. Take a deep breath now. Breathe in this newly cleansed air. It is the air of freedom. Freedom from the world's frantic, fearful, and demanding narrative. You may still hear a faint echo from time to time, but you know now what to do. You simply recognize it as a voice that does not belong here, and with the quiet authority I have given you, you show it the door. This is your quiet place, and we are its guardians. Rest now in this hard-won, beautiful silence. The voices of the world have been silenced by the power of the Word who is with you. My precious one, we have done good work together. We have closed the door to the world, unplugged you from its demands, and escorted its noisy external voices out of this sacred space. The room is much quieter now, but as the outer noise fades, you may become aware of something else, something that can be even more persistent and much, much louder. You are becoming aware of the noise within. This is the noise generated by your own mind. It is the restless, churning engine of your thoughts, your worries, your plans, and your memories. For many, this inner noise is the most difficult to quiet. You can run from the world, but you cannot run from your own mind. But do not be discouraged. You do not have to run from it. With me, you can learn to calm it. Let us be honest about this inner noise. What does it sound like for you? For many, it is the sound of a relentless planner. It is the voice that, as soon as your head hits the pillow, begins to construct the architecture of tomorrow. It makes to-do lists. It organizes schedules. It composes emails in your head. It plays out conversations and meetings before they have happened. It is trying to be helpful, to make you feel prepared and in control. But in its frantic activity, it steals your peace. It turns your place of rest into a workspace. It refuses to accept that the work of today is done and that tomorrow is not yet yours to manage. For others, the inner noise is the sound of a haunted courtroom. It is the voice of the inner critic, who acts as both prosecutor and judge. This voice replays the tapes of your day, but it only highlights the mistakes, the awkward moments, the failures. It cross-examines you without mercy. Why did you say that? You should have done this differently. You failed again. It is a voice of condemnation, and it fills your mind with the noise of shame and regret, making rest feel like something you haven't earned. And for so many, the loudest noise within is the siren of anxiety. It is the voice of what if. It is a catastrophizing voice that takes a small unknown variable in your future and spins it into a terrifying story of doom. What if the diagnosis is bad? What if I lose my job? What if something happens to my children? This voice doesn't just speak, it screams. It floods your body with adrenaline and puts your nervous system on high alert. It is a fire alarm that is stuck in the on position, and its blaring, insistent noise makes true relaxation feel impossible. Do you recognize any of these voices, my child? The planner, the critic, the anxious alarmist? They have taken up residence in your mind and have been making so much noise for so long. I want you to understand that these voices are not the real you. The real you, your spirit, the part of you made in my image, desires peace and communion with me. These noisy voices are mental habits, deep ruts carved in your brain by years of practice, fear, and a desire to protect yourself. And we are not going to silence them with violence or with anger. We are going to quiet them with gentle, loving authority. I want you to picture your mind as a beautiful, tranquil lake. This is its natural state. But these noisy thoughts are like speedboats, recklessly crisscrossing the surface, leaving chaotic wakes that churn up the water and disturb the peace. The planner is a speedboat racing toward the far shore of tomorrow. The critic is a speedboat circling the wreckage of yesterday. The anxious alarmist is a speedboat spinning in frantic circles, creating a vortex of fear. You have been trying to stop them by shouting at them from the shore, which only adds to the noise. Tonight, we will do something different. You and I are going to get into a small, quiet boat and paddle out to the very center of the lake. Right here, in this center, we will drop a very heavy, very deep anchor. That anchor is my presence. It is a single, simple, peaceful thought of me. Now, from our anchored boat, we will simply watch the speedboats. We will not try to chase them. We will not yell at them. We will simply withdraw our attention from them. We will take away their fuel, which is your focus. When the speedboat of the planner zips by, we will notice it, and then we will gently turn our attention back to the deep, silent weight of the anchor. When the speedboat of the critic zooms past, we will see it, and we will lovingly turn our gaze back to the calm, steady anchor. When the alarmist starts its frantic spinning, We will acknowledge the chaos, and we will choose to feel the profound stillness of the anchor holding us fast. Slowly, without their fuel, the speedboats will begin to lose power. They will slow down. Their wakes will become smaller. Eventually, they will drift, silently, to the shore. And the surface of the lake of your mind will return to its natural state, calm, clear, and reflecting the peaceful light of the heavens. This is not a quick fix. It is a gentle practice. But it begins now. Let us drop the anchor. Let your one central anchoring thought be this: Jesus is here with me. When the planner comes, Jesus is here with me. When the critic comes, Jesus is here with me. When the alarm comes, Jesus is here with me. Let this truth be the center. Let it be the anchor. And let the loud noises within slowly, surely, peacefully fall silent. My beloved child, as we sit here together in our quiet, anchored boat in the center of your mind's lake, watching the inner noise begin to subside, I want to speak with you about a very specific and powerful source of that noise. It is a force that governs so much of the modern world, a force that has been shouting at you all day. It is the tyranny of the urgent. The tyranny of the urgent is a belief, a feeling, a pressure that insists everything is an emergency. It is the voice that screams, "This must be done now. There is no time to waste. Hurry, faster." It is a relentless slave driver that cracks a whip of adrenaline and anxiety, pushing you from one task to the next without a moment's pause for breath or reflection. It creates a constant, low-level panic in your spirit, a feeling that you are always behind, always on the verge of some unnamed catastrophe if you do not move quickly enough. This frantic energy is one of the loudest and most exhausting noises you experience. I see how it has affected you. It has stolen your ability to be present. When you are with a loved one, the tyrant of the urgent whispers in your ear about the 10 other things you should be doing. When you are trying to work on one task, it distracts you with the phantom importance of another. It has robbed you of the simple joy of savoring a moment, of doing one thing at a time with your full attention. It has convinced you that your life is a series of fires that must be put out, rather than a journey to be savored. But I have come to bring you a different rhythm. My rhythm is not the rhythm of the urgent. It is the rhythm of grace. Look at my life when I walked the earth. The Gospels are filled with stories of me being pressed by crowds, interrupted by people with desperate needs, and facing immense pressure. The urgent was always shouting for my attention. A dying girl, a hungry multitude, a man possessed by demons. And yet, do you ever see me rushing? Do you ever find me in a panic? No. You see me stopping to talk to a single woman at a well. You see me taking the time to bless the little children, even when my disciples thought it was an unimportant interruption. You see me sleeping in a boat during a storm. You see me taking long walks and spending entire nights in quiet prayer. I lived in a different rhythm. I was not governed by the urgent demands of the crowd, but by the quiet, eternal priorities of my Father. This is the rhythm I invite you into tonight. It is a rhythm that distinguishes between what is truly important and what is merely urgent. The urgent shouts, but the important often whispers. Your connection with me, the peace of your soul, the love you share with your family, these are the truly important things, and the tyranny of the urgent will always try to sacrifice them on the altar of getting things done. So, tonight, let us depose this tyrant. Let us fire this cruel slave driver. In this quiet, sacred space, we declare that the reign of the urgent is over. I want you to visualize this frantic, demanding voice. Perhaps it is a stressed-out figure with a clipboard, shouting commands. Perhaps it is a blaring red alarm clock. See it clearly in your mind. And now, with the quiet authority I give you, I want you to say to it, "Your authority is no longer recognized here. You have no power over my peace. I serve a different master, and his rhythm is one of grace." You must be silent. Watch as the frantic figure dissolves. Watch as the alarm clock is unplugged and fades to black, and feel the immediate shift in the atmosphere of your soul. The frantic, high-pitched frequency of panic is replaced by a slow, deep, steady hum of peace. This is my rhythm. Let this new rhythm settle into your body. Feel it in your breathing. Let your breath become slow, deep, and unhurried. There is no rush. Each breath has all the time in the world. Feel it in your heartbeat. Let it slow down from a frantic gallop to a calm, steady walk. Feel it in your mind. Release the need to solve everything tonight. Release the pressure to plan every detail. Let your thoughts drift slowly, like clouds on a calm day, rather than racing like speedboats. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Part of what makes it so is that I do not rush my children. I lead them by still waters. I make them lie down in green pastures. A good shepherd never hurries his sheep, for he knows it will only lead to exhaustion and fear. I am your good shepherd, and I am slowing the pace. I am teaching you the unforced rhythms of grace. The world will try to pull you back into its frantic dance tomorrow. The tyrant of the urgent will be waiting for you when you wake up. But tonight, you are learning a new song. You are recalibrating your soul to a different beat. And when you can carry this inner rhythm of peace with you, you can walk through the world's chaos without letting it dictate your pace. You can learn to respond to the truly important, rather than just reacting to the seemingly urgent. But for now, there is nothing to respond to. There is nothing to do. There is only being. Being still. Being quiet. Being present with me. Settle into this new, spacious, unhurried rhythm. It is the rhythm of eternity. It is the rhythm of love. And it is my gift to you tonight. Rest in it now. My precious one, as we bask in this new, unhurried rhythm of grace, there is another very specific inner voice I want to help you silence. It is a voice that generates a particularly painful and persistent kind of noise. It is the subtle, hissing, soul-crushing voice of comparison. This voice rarely shouts. It is too cunning for that. It whispers. It murmurs. It presents its destructive ideas as simple, neutral observations. It waits for you to be still, to be scrolling through your phone or to be thinking about your day, and then it begins its work. It holds up a picture of someone else's life, their success, their family, their appearance, their spiritual life, and places it right next to a picture of yours. And in the silent space between those two images, it plants a seed of toxic noise. The noise of not enough. The noise of falling behind. The noise of envy. The noise of shame. It is a masterful thief. It will steal the joy of your own accomplishments by showing you someone who has accomplished more. It will steal the gratitude for your own blessings by pointing out someone who appears to have more. It will steal the peace of your own journey by convincing you that you are on the wrong path, or that you are not moving fast enough. It has been whispering its poison into your ear for so long. You may have come to believe that it is your own voice, that these are your own true thoughts. But it is not. It is the voice of the accuser, the father of lies, and its only goal is to isolate you, to make you feel discontent, and to disconnect you from the unique and beautiful life I have given you. I want you to understand, my child, that comparison is a game you can never win, because it is played on a field of illusion. You are comparing your behind-the-scenes footage, with all of its struggles, doubts, and messy realities, to someone else's carefully edited highlight reel. You are comparing your Chapter 3 to someone else's Chapter 20. It is a false and futile exercise, and it is the source of so much of your inner noise and pain. Tonight, we will silence this voice. We will expose its lies with the brilliant, liberating light of my truth. The first truth is this: I am not a god of mass production. I am a god of masterpieces. I did not create a single, generic template for a good life, and then ask all of you to conform to it. I am an artist of infinite creativity. I created you as a completely unique, one-of-a-kind original. There has never been anyone exactly like you, and there never will be. The specific blend of your gifts, your passions, your personality, your struggles, and your story is a unique expression of my own glory. To compare yourself to another is to insult my craftsmanship. It is like a rose wishing it were a starling, or a mountain stream wishing it were a thunderstorm. Each has its own distinct beauty, its own unique purpose. Your purpose is not to be a second-rate version of someone else. It is to be a first-rate, fully realized version of you. The second truth is this: my love and my blessings are not a finite resource. This is the great lie at the heart of comparison and envy. The voice whispers that there is a limited supply of joy, of success, of love, and that if someone else gets a large portion, there is less left for you. This is utterly false. I am an infinite wellspring. My resources are inexhaustible. The success of your brother or sister does not diminish what I have for you. Their joy does not subtract from your own potential for happiness. My kingdom is not a zero-sum game. It is a kingdom of abundance. There is more than enough of my goodness to go around. You can genuinely celebrate the blessings of others, knowing that it does not threaten your own portion. In fact, your portion is secure, custom-made, and waiting for you. So let us actively silence this voice now. I want you to see it for what it is, a serpent whispering in the garden of your heart. And with the authority I give you as my beloved child, I want you to speak to it. Voice of comparison, I see you, and I renounce you. You are a liar. I will no longer play your painful game. I am a unique masterpiece of God. My journey is my own. I release the need to measure myself against others. I choose to trust the path my Creator has laid out for me. As you speak these words of truth, see that serpent of comparison shriveling under the light. See it slithering away, out of your sacred space, its power utterly broken. And in the space where it once was, I want you to plant a new seed. The seed of gratitude. Instead of looking at what others have, let's gently turn your attention to what you have. The simple gift of your breath, the roof over your head, the love of a single person, the beauty of the sunset. Start with the smallest things. Let gratitude begin to fill the space that comparison once occupied. Gratitude is the ultimate silencer of envy. It is the fertile ground in which contentment grows. Your path is your own. It is beautiful. It is sacred, and it is enough. Walk it with your eyes fixed on me, your shepherd, not on the paths of the other sheep in the pasture. I will lead you exactly where you need to go. Rest in your own skin tonight. Rest in your own life. It is a good life, because it is the one I have given you. And you, my child, are my beloved masterpiece. There is no one else I would rather you be. My beloved child, we have done such important work together. We have identified the sources of the outer noise and the inner noise. We have deposed the tyrant of the urgent and silenced the cruel voice of comparison. This quiet we are now experiencing is beautiful, isn't it? But a quiet that is merely the absence of noise can sometimes feel empty, even a little lonely. This is not the ultimate goal. My peace is not an empty silence. It is a silence that is filled with a new and beautiful sound. The ultimate path to silencing the noise is not just to fight it, but to replace it. It is the process of learning to tune your heart to a different frequency. Think of your heart and mind as a highly sensitive radio receiver. All day long you have been tuned into the loud, chaotic, static-filled frequencies of the world. The frequency of fear, the frequency of hurry, the frequency of striving. Your whole being has been vibrating with these jarring sounds, and it has left you feeling agitated and exhausted. What we are going to do now is not just turn the volume down on those stations. We are going to consciously, deliberately, change the channel. We are going to turn the dial until we lock onto a clear, steady, beautiful signal. The signal of my presence. The frequency of my voice. This is not as difficult as it sounds. Your heart was designed for this. You are pre-wired to receive my signal. Just as a radio is made to receive radio waves, your spirit was made to receive my spirit. You just have to learn where to find the dial and how to tune it. The dial is your attention, your focused awareness. Whatever you place your attention on is the frequency you will receive. When your attention is on your problems, you receive the frequency of anxiety. When your attention is on your to-do list, you receive the frequency of pressure. When your attention is on me, you receive the frequency of peace. So let us practice tuning right now, in this quiet, anchored space. I want you to bring your attention to the simple, physical sensations of this moment. Feel the weight of your body resting on the surface beneath you. Feel the texture of the blanket against your skin. Feel the temperature of the air in the room. This is the first step, bringing your attention out of the noisy, imaginary worlds of the past and future, and grounding it firmly in the present moment. The present moment is the only place where you can truly perceive me. I am the great I am, not the I was or the I will be. I am here, now. Now that you are present, let's turn the dial of your attention toward me. Let's start with gratitude, for gratitude is one of the clearest frequencies of heaven. Gently, without striving, bring to mind one thing, just one thing, that you are thankful for from this day. It can be very small. A moment of beauty you noticed, a kind word someone spoke, the taste of your favorite food, the feeling of the warm sun on your skin. Hold that one small gift in your mind, see it, feel it, and then offer a simple, silent thank you to me, the giver of that gift. As you do this, you are actively tuning your heart away from the frequency of lack and discontent and onto the frequency of grace and provision. Can you feel the subtle shift? The air in your soul becomes a little warmer, a little brighter. Now let's try another frequency, the frequency of my word. You do not need to recall a complex theological treatise. I want you to simply rest on a single, simple promise from me. Let's choose this one. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let those words be the sound you tune into. Repeat them softly in your mind. He will never leave me. He will never forsake me. Feel the truth of them. This promise is more real than your fears. It is more permanent than your problems. It is a clear, unwavering signal broadcast from the heart of God directly to you. As you focus on this promise, you are tuning out the static of insecurity and loneliness. You are tuning into the clear, strong signal of my faithfulness. Let that signal fill your entire being. And now the purest frequency of all, the frequency of love. This one requires no words. I want you to simply rest in the awareness that you are loved, right now, in this moment, not for what you do, but for who you are. You are my beloved child. Let that be your single point of focus. Imagine my love as a warm, golden light completely surrounding you, completely filling you. Imagine it as a gentle, beautiful piece of music, a celestial symphony playing just for you. Tune all the ears of your heart to this music. Let it become the only sound you hear. This is the frequency of heaven itself. It is the sound of my very nature. As you tune into it, all the other jarring frequencies must fade away. Fear cannot coexist with perfect love. Striving cannot survive in the presence of pure grace. This is the art of abiding. It is the practice of consciously choosing where you place the dial of your attention. You are not trying to create peace. You are tuning into the peace that is already there. You are not trying to manufacture love. You are tuning into the love that has always been present. So as you drift toward sleep, let this be your gentle practice. If you notice your receiver has drifted back to a noisy, static-filled station of worry or planning, do not be frustrated. Just gently, lovingly, take hold of the dial of your attention and turn it back. Turn it back to a simple thought of gratitude. Turn it back to a simple promise of my word. Turn it back to the simple, wordless awareness of my love. Each time you do this, you strengthen the connection. You make it easier to find the signal next time. You are carving a new, peaceful groove in your mind and in your heart. You are learning to live tuned in to the sound of your shepherd's voice. And it is the most beautiful, most peaceful sound in the universe. My precious child, as you learn to tune your heart to my frequency, you will discover something wonderful. You will discover that my voice has the power not just to replace the noise, but to actively calm it. My presence does not just coexist with chaos, it transforms it. Just as a single drop of potent antidote can neutralize a vial of poison, a single whisper from me can bring an end to the storm in your soul. I want you to come with me back to a memory, a story from my time on Earth. It was a dark evening on the Sea of Galilee. I was in a boat with my disciples, the men I loved. I was weary from a long day of teaching and healing, and I fell asleep in the back of the boat, my head on a cushion. While I slept, a furious storm descended upon the lake. This was no ordinary storm. It was a terrifying, violent squall. The wind howled like a demon. The waves, black and menacing, rose up and crashed over the sides of their little boat, filling it with cold, heavy water. These were experienced fishermen. They knew this lake. But this was a storm beyond their skill, beyond their strength. The noise was deafening. The shriek of the wind, the crash of the waves, the groaning of the boat's timbers, and the frantic, terrified shouts of the men as they bailed water, fighting a losing battle. It was pure, unmitigated chaos. And in the middle of it all, they looked and saw me asleep. Their fear turned into a kind of frantic, desperate anger. They shook me awake, their voices filled with the noise of panic. "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" Oh, my child, have you ever felt that way? Surrounded by the deafening noise of a storm in your life? A storm of illness, of financial trouble, of relational conflict. And you have looked toward heaven and screamed in your heart, "God, don't you care? Don't you see that I am sinking?" I heard them. I awoke. I saw their terror. I felt the chaos. And what did I do? I did not join them in their panic. I did not start shouting orders or grabbing a bucket. I stood up in the heart of that rocking, sinking boat and I faced the storm. I faced the wind and the waves and I did not shout. I did not scream to be heard over the roar. I spoke. I spoke a simple, quiet command. To the wind and to the sea I said, "Peace, be still." And what happened? Instantly the wind ceased. The towering, angry waves relaxed and flattened. The shrieking roar was replaced by a profound and breathtaking silence. A great calm descended upon the face of the water. In a single moment, with a single quiet command, I had brought perfect order to the absolute chaos. The disciples were left in the stillness in awe, whispering to one another, "Who is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" My beloved, the same one who stood in that boat is standing in the boat of your heart tonight. The same voice that silenced the storm on the Sea of Galilee is whispering to the storm within you now. The storm of your anxious thoughts, the storm of your fearful emotions, the storm of your inner chaos. It all seems so powerful, so loud, so overwhelming. But it is not more powerful than me. I am not going to shout over the noise of your anxiety. I am going to speak from a place of deep, authoritative calm that underlies it all. I am whispering to the howling winds of your what-ifs. I am speaking to the crashing waves of your regrets. I am commanding the turbulent waters of your overwhelmed soul. And the words I am speaking are the same. Peace. Be still. I want you to hear this whisper now. Let it be the one sound you focus on. It is not a suggestion, it is a creative command. It is the same power that said, "Let there be light," and there was light. When I speak peace, peace is created. It is not something you have to work for. It is something you must allow to happen in response to my word. Feel it now. Feel the winds of your racing thoughts beginning to die down. Feel the churning in your stomach beginning to calm. Feel the frantic energy in your body giving way to a deep, heavy stillness. My word is reordering the chaos of your inner world. It is separating the water from the sky. It is bringing forth the dry, solid land of my tranquility. You do not have to fight the storm anymore. The master of the wind and the waves is here. He has spoken. The chaos must obey him. It must bow to his authority. So rest now in the great calm that follows my command. The storm is over. The sea is like glass. The only sound is the gentle lapping of the water of my love against the side of your soul. Who is this, that even the storms within your own heart obey him? It is your Savior. It is your friend. It is your quiet place. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and rest. My precious child, as you rest in this great calm that has settled upon your soul, this quiet born from my whispered command, I want us to go deeper into the nature of this gift. The peace that I give you is fundamentally different from anything the world can offer. It is crucial that you understand this, so that you do not seek it in the wrong places or expect it to behave in worldly ways. On that last night with my disciples, in the upper room filled with their sorrow and confusion, I told them, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you." This was a vital distinction, a warning, and a promise all in one. The world's peace is, at its very core, a peace of circumstance. It is entirely dependent on external conditions being favorable. The world experiences peace when the bank account is full, when the medical report comes back clear, when the relationships are harmonious, when the house is quiet. It is, in essence, the absence of trouble. And because circumstances are, by their very nature, constantly changing and unpredictable, this kind of peace is fragile, fleeting, and ultimately unreliable. It is a fair-weather friend. The moment a storm appears on the horizon, the world's peace evaporates, replaced by its old companion, anxiety. You have spent so much of your life chasing this kind of peace, trying to arrange all the pieces of your life perfectly, so that you can finally feel calm. And it has been an exhausting, impossible task. But my peace, the peace I give to you, is of a different order altogether. It is a peace of presence. It is not dependent on the absence of trouble, but on the presence of me. It is not contingent on your circumstances. It is anchored in my character. My character is unchanging. My love is steadfast. My sovereignty is absolute. Therefore, the peace that flows from me is also steadfast, unshakable, and eternal. This is why I could sleep in a boat during a storm. My peace was not in the weather, it was in my Father. This is why my servant Paul could sing in a prison. His peace was not in his freedom, it was in his Savior. This is a peace that can descend and settle upon a human heart right in the middle of a war zone. It is a peace that can fill a hospital room thick with the fear of loss. It is a peace that can inhabit a soul racked with physical pain. It does not deny the reality of the storm, the prison, or the pain. It simply declares that there is a deeper reality, a more powerful presence, that holds all of those things. This peace, the Bible calls it the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. It surpasses understanding because it does not make logical sense from a worldly perspective. It is a paradox. It is a calm in the chaos. It is a rest in the middle of the struggle. It is a quiet trust in the face of 1,000 noisy fears. It doesn't make sense to the rational mind, which is why you cannot think your way into it. You cannot create it with logic. It is a supernatural gift that you must receive by faith. So how do you receive it right now in this quiet moment? You begin by letting go of the world's prerequisites for peace. You consciously release the need for all your problems to be solved before you can feel at rest. You surrender the demand that your life must be perfectly ordered and predictable. You abandon the futile project of trying to build a fortress of favorable circumstances around yourself. And in that space of surrender, you simply turn to me, the source. You open the hands of your heart, and you ask. It can be a prayer as simple as, Jesus, I cannot create my own peace. The world's peace has failed me. I now receive yours. I receive the peace that surpasses understanding. As you make this prayer of reception, I want you to feel the nature of this peace. It is not a flimsy, delicate thing. It has weight. It has substance. Imagine it as a heavy, warm, weighted blanket, being gently laid over your entire being. Its weight is not oppressive. It is profoundly comforting. It stills your restless limbs. It quiets the trembling in your spirit. It provides a gentle, constant pressure that reassures your nervous system that you are safe, that you are held. This weighted blanket of my peace is also a shield. The promise says it will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This peace stands as a heavenly sentinel at the gateway of your inner world. It protects you from the noise. When an anxious thought tries to invade, the shield of peace deflects it. When a wave of panic from the day's events tries to wash over you, the shield of peace repels it. It does not mean the threats are not real, but it means they are not allowed to enter and occupy the sacred territory of your heart and mind. This is the gift I offer you tonight. Not a fragile truce with your circumstances, but a deep, abiding, supernatural peace that is rooted in me. It is a peace that will hold you through the night, regardless of what tomorrow may bring. It is a peace that you can carry from this quiet place back into the noisy world. It is your inheritance as my child. So let go of the world's flimsy imitation and receive the real thing. Let the weight of my peace press you down into the deepest, most restorative sleep you have had in a very long time. My child, as you rest here, wrapped in the heavy, warm blanket of my peace, I want to show you a simple, practical secret to maintaining this quiet state. So much of the inner noise you experience, the feeling of being scattered and overwhelmed, comes from one primary source: a divided attention. All day long, your focus is fractured. You are doing one thing while thinking about another. You are talking to one person while checking a message from someone else. Your mind is like a house with all the windows and doors thrown open, and the winds of 100 different distractions are blowing through, creating a chaotic whirlwind. You are trying to focus on everything at once, and the result is that you are truly focused on nothing. This fractured focus is the very definition of inner noise. The path to quiet, therefore, is the path of returning to a single focus. It is the gentle, loving discipline of gathering all the scattered pieces of your attention and bringing them to rest on one single thing. It is the practice of becoming single-minded, of having a heart that is undivided. In the old law, the greatest commandment was this: You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. What is this if not an invitation to a single focus? To gather all the parts of your being, your emotions, heart, your very life force, soul, your thoughts, mind, and your physical energy, strength, and to direct them all toward one loving center, me. This is not a burdensome command. It is the very recipe for inner peace. A life oriented around a single loving center is a life of profound quiet and power. A life with a dozen competing centers is a life of chaos. So tonight, let's practice this beautiful simplicity. Let's practice gathering the scattered fragments of your attention. I want you to become aware, for a moment, of all the places your focus has been. A part of it is still snagged on a problem at work. Another part is lingering on a worry about a family member. Another piece is rehearsing an awkward conversation. See these threads of your attention stretching out from you in all different directions, connecting you to the noise of your life. Now, with a gentle intention, I want you to see yourself reeling in these threads. One by one, you are lovingly calling your attention back home. Reel in the thread from your work problem. It is safe to let it go for now. Reel in the thread from your family worry. They are in my hands. Reel in the thread from that past conversation. It is over. See all of your focus, all of your awareness, returning to the center of your being, right here, right now, in this quiet room, with me. Now you have all of your attention back. It is a precious resource. And instead of letting it fracture again, we are going to give it one single, simple, beautiful thing to rest upon. We are going to place it all on me. But me can feel like a very big and abstract idea. So let's make it concrete. I want you to choose one single, simple anchor for your focus. It could be a single word, a name, my name, Jesus. Let that one word be the one place where your mind rests. When other thoughts try to pull your attention away, you don't fight them. You just gently, patiently return to the anchor word, Jesus. Feel the peace and the power contained in that one name. Let it be a smooth, heavy stone at the bottom of the lake of your mind, something your entire being can be tethered to. Or your single focus could be an image. Perhaps it is the image I gave you earlier, of you resting safely in the palm of my hand, or the image of being sheltered under my wings, or the image of my face, looking at you with infinite love and compassion. Choose the image that brings you the most comfort, and let your mind's eye rest there. Explore its details. Feel the emotions it evokes. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to this one single peaceful image. Or your single focus could be a physical sensation. The simplest of all is the sensation of your own breathing. Your breath is always with you, always in the present moment. Simply place all of your attention on the feeling of the air entering your body and the feeling of the air leaving your body. Each breath is a reminder of my sustaining life within you. By focusing on this simple physical rhythm, you are anchoring your mind in the present moment where my peace is found. Do you see the simplicity in this? We are not fighting the noise. We are just choosing to focus on the quiet. We are gathering up all our scattered energies and investing them in one peaceful thing. The practice is not about achieving a perfectly empty mind. The practice is in the gentle, repeated act of returning. Each time you notice your mind has wandered, and you lovingly guide it back to your single focus, back to my name, back to the image, back to your breath, you are strengthening your muscle of peaceful attention. You are creating a new habit, a new pathway in your brain. This is the secret. The simplicity of a single focus. It is the antidote to the chaotic noise of a fractured world. It is the path to a quiet heart. So choose your anchor now, my child. Choose your one thing, and let your mind, your heart, your soul, and your strength rest there. I am your center. I am your peace. I am your one thing. Focus on me, and let the noise of the world fade into a distant, irrelevant whisper. My beloved child, as you rest in the profound simplicity of a single focus, feeling your scattered thoughts gently gathering around me as their center, I want to build upon this peace. I want to transform this feeling of quiet into a permanent structure of safety for you. The world's noise will still be there when you awaken. The demands and the distractions will seek to invade again. So tonight, while you are here with me in this sacred space, let us build a fortress for your mind. Let us establish my peace not just as a temporary feeling, but as a permanent guard. The Apostle Paul, writing from a prison cell, a place of physical confinement but profound spiritual freedom, gave this promise. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Let's linger on that word. Guard. It is a military term. It brings to mind a strong, vigilant, and loyal soldier, a sentinel standing watch at a gate. This is not a passive peace. It is an active, protective force. My peace is not just a comfortable blanket. It is a suit of armor. It is a fortress wall. And its primary duty is to stand guard over the two most vulnerable and vital gateways to your soul: your heart, the seat of your emotions, and your mind, the seat of your thoughts. Tonight, we are going to consciously post this guard. We are going to build this fortress. I want you to picture your mind as a beautiful, peaceful city. At the center of this city is the temple, the holy place, your spirit where I dwell. For a long time, the gates of your city have been left wide open. All sorts of noisy intruders have been allowed to wander in and cause chaos. Fearful thoughts, anxious worries, critical voices, frantic demands. They have been running rampant through the streets, disturbing the peace and defiling the city. But tonight, we are securing the city. We are posting the angelic sentinel of my peace at the main gate. I want you to visualize this guard. See him standing there. He is not anxious or aggressive. He is perfectly calm yet immensely powerful. He radiates a quiet, unshakable authority. He holds a shield made of pure light and a sword that is the word of God. His name is Peace, and his sole commission from me is to protect the inner sanctuary of your mind. Now, let's watch him at his work. A thought approaches the gate. It is a familiar, noisy thought, a what-if about your health or your finances. It marches up to the gate, expecting to burst right in as it always does. But this time, the sentinel of peace calmly lowers his shield. The thought cannot pass. The sentinel does not argue with it. He does not engage it in conversation. He simply says with quiet finality, "You may not enter. This mind is at rest in Christ. This city is under the protection of the King." And the what-if thought, finding its way blocked by this immovable force, loses its power and simply dissolves. Another thought comes. It is the voice of the inner critic, ready to berate you for something you did or didn't do today. It comes with its usual weapons of shame and condemnation. But again, the sentinel of peace stands firm. He looks at the critical thought and says, "There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Your accusations have no legal standing here. You may not enter." And the voice of shame, met with the authority of grace, has no choice but to retreat into the darkness. A whole crowd of noisy thoughts may appear: the frantic to-do list, the demanding expectations, the echoes of the world's hurry. They swarm toward the gate, but they find it impassable. The sentinel of my peace is steadfast. He is your guard. He is your protector. This is the promise I am making real in you tonight. The peace I give you is not just a feeling to be enjoyed. It is a guardian to be trusted. It actively works on your behalf. Your job is not to fight all the thoughts yourself. That is an exhausting, losing battle. Your job is to stay within the walls of the city, close to me in the central temple, and to trust that your guard is doing his job at the gate. How do you do this? You do it by keeping your focus on me. The guard's power comes from his connection to the king of the city. As long as you are abiding with me, resting in my presence, the guard remains strong. When you run to the gate yourself and start trying to fight the thoughts on your own, you are, in effect, telling the guard to stand down. But when you choose to rest in my love, to focus on my truth, you empower the peace of God to do its work. So feel this fortress being established around your mind tonight. Feel the sense of profound security that comes from knowing you are protected. You do not have to be hyper-vigilant against every stray thought. The guard is on duty. He will not slumber nor sleep. He is loyal. He is strong. He is my gift to you. Let this image be a comfort to you as you drift into sleep. Your mind is no longer an open, chaotic marketplace. It is a walled, protected, peaceful city, a city of God. And the keeper of the gate is the very peace of Christ himself. You can truly rest your mind, perhaps for the first time in a very long time, knowing that it is safe, secure, and under divine protection. Sleep now in your peaceful, guarded city. all is well at the gates. My precious child, as we rest together within the safety of this newly guarded city of your mind, a beautiful and wondrous thing begins to happen. As the outer noise and the inner noise fade into a deep, profound silence, something new begins to emerge. In the stillness, you can finally begin to hear the truest sound of all, the sound of your own soul. In the quiet, you can begin to remember who you truly are. The noise of the world is a relentless identity thief. It is constantly trying to define you, to label you, to squeeze you into a box that is not of my making. The noise of your job tries to convince you that your identity is your title or your productivity. The noise of the marketplace tries to tell you that your identity is what you own or what you can afford. The noise of social media tries to persuade you that your identity is your image, your popularity, your number of followers. The noise of your own inner critic tries to tell you that your identity is your failures, your weaknesses, your past mistakes. All day long, these noisy voices are shouting, "You are this, you are that." And after a while, you can begin to believe them. You can forget your true name. But here, in the holy silence of my presence, all those false, noisy labels fall away. They are like cheap paper costumes, and the gentle rain of my peace is dissolving them, washing them away. And as they disappear, you are left standing in the simple, beautiful, unadorned truth of who I say you are. And what I say is the only thing that has ever truly mattered. So let me reintroduce you to yourself. Let me speak your true name and your true identity over you, and let these words sink deeper than all the noise you have ever heard. First and foremost, you are my child. Before you were an employee, a parent, a spouse, or a friend, you were my child. I knit you together in your mother's womb. I knew you before the foundation of the world. You are not a cosmic accident or a random collection of cells. You are a purposefully designed, deeply wanted, and eternally loved child of the Most High God. Your primary identity is one of family. You belong to me. This is your core reality. Let the simple, profound truth of it settle over you. You are a child of God. Because you are my child, you are an heir. The scriptures say you are an heir of God and a co-heir with Christ. This means that everything that belongs to me also belongs to you. My strength, my wisdom, my joy, my peace, my righteousness. These are not things you have to beg for. They are your family inheritance. You have a right to them. The noise of the world makes you feel like a pauper, like you are in lack, like you have to scramble for scraps. The truth of the silence is that you are royalty. You are an heir to an inexhaustible fortune of grace. You are my masterpiece. The Greek word is poiema, from which we get the word poem. You are my work of art. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are not a project under construction. You are a finished masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which I prepared beforehand for you to walk in. The noise highlights your flaws, your imperfections, your blemishes. But in the quiet, I want you to see yourself through my eyes, as a breathtakingly beautiful piece of art, unique in all of creation, designed to display a particular facet of my glory to the world. You are my poem. You are forgiven, and you are clean. The noise of your past, the voice of the critic, loves to remind you of your stains. But the truth of the silence is the truth of the cross. My blood has washed you clean, not just covered you, but cleansed you, through and through. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. When the Father looks at you, he does not see your sin. He sees the perfect righteousness of his Son, which he has given to you as a free gift. You are not your mistakes. You are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. And finally, you are my beloved. This is perhaps your truest, most central name. It is the name the Father spoke over me at my baptism. It is the name I speak over you now. beloved, not just tolerated, not just accepted, but deeply, passionately, and unconditionally cherished. My love for you is not a mild affection. It is a mighty burning fire. It is the great romance of the universe. You are the object of my affection, the one my heart delights in. Let these truths be the only identity you hold on to as you fall asleep tonight. Let them overwrite all the noisy, false labels the world has tried to stick on you. You are not your job. You are not your relationship status. You are not your successes or your failures. You are my child, my heir, my masterpiece, forgiven and clean, my beloved. This is who you are when all the noise fades away. This is the truth that remains in the silence. Rest in it. Rest in your true identity. It is the firmest, safest, most peaceful ground you will ever stand on. Sleep now, not as who the world says you are, but as who I know you to be. My beloved child, now that you are resting securely in your true identity, free from the noisy labels of the world, I want to lead you even deeper into this quiet place. I want to guide you as your good shepherd to the still waters that flow not in an earthly pasture, but in the innermost landscape of your own soul. The noise of the world creates turbulence. It whips the surface of your heart into a frenzy, much like the storm on the Sea of Galilee. It makes the waters of your inner life murky, choppy, and filled with restless anxiety. But I am here to lead you away from those turbulent rapids and guide you to a place of profound, reflective calm. I am your shepherd. Let that sink in for a moment. A shepherd's primary role is to lead his flock to places of safety, nourishment, and rest. He doesn't just protect them from wolves. He actively seeks out the resources they need to thrive. He knows the terrain. He knows where the greenest grass grows after a long drought. He knows where to find the hidden springs of cool, clean water. He has walked the path before and has prepared the way. I have walked the path of human life. I know its arid stretches, its dusty trials, its moments of profound thirst. And I know precisely where to find the living water that your soul is so desperate for tonight. So come, follow the sound of my voice. In your imagination, let us walk together on a soft, green path. The frantic, hard pavement of the day's hurry is far behind us now. The air here is soft and gentle. And listen closely. The roar of the world's noise has been replaced by a new sound. It is a gentle, peaceful sound, the sound of stillness. It is the sound of water, not crashing or rushing, but flowing with a deep, quiet confidence. We arrive now at the edge of a great, clear pool. This is the destination. These are the still waters of your soul. Look at the surface. It is like a perfect mirror of dark, polished glass. It is utterly undisturbed. There is no wind of worry here to ripple its surface. There is no undercurrent of anxiety to stir up the silt from the bottom. The water is so clear you can see all the way to the smooth, peaceful stones below. And because it is so still, it perfectly reflects the vast, starry sky above. It reflects the truth and the beauty of my heavens. This is how your soul was meant to be, not a turbulent, chaotic sea, but a calm, clear pool, capable of reflecting my glory. A sheep, you see, is a nervous creature. It is instinctively afraid of fast-moving water. It fears being swept away. It will not drink from a raging river, no matter how thirsty it is. A good shepherd knows this. He doesn't lead his thirsty sheep to a place that will only increase their fear. He leads them to a place like this, a place of quiet accessibility, where they can approach without fear, kneel down and drink their fill in perfect safety. Your soul has been so thirsty. You have been trying to quench that thirst at the world's noisy, rushing rivers. The river of achievement, the river of entertainment, the river of approval. But these rivers are turbulent, and they have only made you more anxious and have ultimately left you unsatisfied. You have been afraid to drink deeply for fear of being swept away by the world's demands. But here, it is different. I have brought you to a place of perfect safety. Kneel with me now on the soft, mossy bank. Look into the water. You see your own reflection, but it is different here. It is not the stressed, weary face you see in the mirror at the end of a long day. It is your true face, the face of my beloved child, at peace, at rest. The water is so still, it holds your gaze without distortion. Now, reach down and cup your hands. Dip them into the cool, clean water. This is living water, the water of my own spirit. Feel its cleansing purity. It washes away the grime and the dust of the day's journey. And now, lift your hands to your lips and drink. Drink deeply. There is no hurry here. No one is behind you in line. The spring that feeds this pool is infinite. It is my own life, and it never runs dry. As you drink, I want you to feel what this water is doing inside of you. It is more than just quenching your thirst. My word says, He restores my soul. This is what is happening. The living water is flowing into all the dry, cracked, parched places within you. It is flowing into the parts of your heart that have felt barren and lifeless, bringing a cool, soothing moisture. It is revitalizing your weary spirit, making it supple and green and alive again. It is a deep, cellular, spiritual hydration. Drink again. Let this water of peace saturate every part of your being. Feel it cooling the inflammation of your anxieties. Feel it washing away the bitter taste of your regrets. Feel it flowing through your mind, bringing clarity and calm. Feel it filling the empty, aching reservoirs of your heart. This is the positive substance of rest, not just an escape from the noise, but an active infusion of my life and my peace. My beloved, this place is always within you, because I, your shepherd, am always within you. You can learn to return to these still waters even in the middle of a noisy day. You can close your eyes for a mere 30 seconds, take a deep breath, and remember this place. You can mentally kneel at the water's edge and take a drink, reconnecting with the deep well of peace that is your inheritance. But for tonight, you do not have to go anywhere. Your only task is to rest here. Lie down in this green pasture beside the still waters. You are safe. Your shepherd is watching over you. The noise of the world is a distant, forgotten memory. All that exists is the soft grass beneath you, the starry sky above you, the cool, life-giving water beside you, and the loving presence of your Savior with you. Your soul has been led to a place of deep, profound, and holy quiet. It is being restored. Now you can close your eyes and sleep. Sleep the deep, peaceful, satisfying sleep of a well-tended and deeply loved sheep. My precious one, as you lie here beside these still waters, your soul deeply restored and at peace, I want to share with you a secret that will transform this momentary quiet into a lifelong reality. The truest, most sustainable quiet is not found in an empty silence, but in a silence that is filled with a living connection. The ultimate rest is not the rest of exhaustion, but the rest of abiding. Abiding in me. On my last night with my disciples, I gave them the most important image for their spiritual life. I told them a story. I am the true vine, I said, and my Father is the vine dresser. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself, unless it abides in the vine, neither can you, unless you abide in me. This is not a complicated theological puzzle. It is a simple, organic, beautiful picture of our relationship. I want you to step into this picture with all of your senses tonight. See yourself as a branch, seamlessly and securely grafted into a strong, ancient, life-giving vine. That vine is me. Feel the point of connection. It is not a fragile, superficial attachment. It is a deep, organic union. Your life flows from me and my life flows into you. We are not two separate entities trying to communicate over a distance. We are one. You are a part of me, and I am a part of you. This is the great mystery and the most profound comfort of our faith. Now consider the life of this branch, your life. What is its primary work? What is its main responsibility? Does the branch spend its days striving and straining to push out a new leaf? Does it lie awake at night worrying about how it will ever produce a cluster of grapes? Does it exhaust itself trying to perform its branch duties correctly? No, of course not. The thought is absurd. The branch has only one job. One single, simple, restful responsibility: to abide, to remain, to stay connected to the vine. That is all. The branch simply rests in its connection. It trusts its connection. And because of this abiding, this resting, this trusting connection, everything it needs for life and fruitfulness is provided for it freely and effortlessly. The mighty vine, with its deep roots, draws the living water from the hidden springs of the earth. The vine stretches its leaves toward the heavens, absorbing the life-giving energy of the sun. The vine, in its own mysterious divine chemistry, transforms that water and that light into sap, into life itself. And that life, that sap, flows constantly, unceasingly, generously, from the vine into the branch. The life of the branch is a life of constant passive reception. Its work is to be open, to be available, to receive the life that the vine so freely gives. My beloved, this is the life I have called you to. So much of your exhaustion, so much of the inner noise you experience, comes from the futile and draining effort of trying to be your own vine. You try to generate your own joy from within your own limited resources. You try to muster up your own patience when your reserves are empty. You strive to produce your own love, your own goodness, your own strength, your own peace. And it is an impossible task. It is like asking a light bulb to shine without being connected to a power source. You are a branch. You were never designed to be a self-sustaining source of life. You were designed, beautifully and perfectly, to draw all of your life, all of your peace, all of your fruit, from me. To abide in me is to cease your own frantic, noisy efforts. It is to stop trying to improve yourself, fix yourself, or save yourself. It is to simply rest in your established connection to the one who is life itself. It is a rest of profound dependence, a rest of deep trust. It is the quiet of being, not the noise of doing. So how do you practice this abiding right now, as you lie on the precipice of sleep? You are already doing it. Abiding is the gentle, continuous turning of your attention toward me. It is choosing to breathe in my presence and breathe out your own striving. It is listening for my quiet voice, beneath the fading echoes of the world's noise. It is the conscious choice to lean your full weight on my strength instead of trying to stand on your own. It is a moment-by-moment orientation of your heart toward mine, like a flower turning its face toward the sun. Feel it now, in this moment. Feel yourself as that resting branch securely held by the strong vine. You cannot fall. You cannot be separated. Now, feel the flow of my life, my spirit, my peace, moving into you. It is not a forceful flood. It is a gentle, constant, nourishing current. It flows into the tired places of your body and brings energy. It flows into the anxious corners of your mind and brings peace. It flows into the wounded parts of your heart and brings healing. You do not have to do anything to make this happen. You only have to stay. You only have to remain. You only have to receive. Let this be the image, the feeling, that carries you into sleep. The noise is gone, and in its place is not an empty void, but a living, flowing, nourishing connection. You are not just in a quiet place. You are in a quiet person. You are in me. Rest in this union. Rest in this life flow. There is nothing more you need to do. Just be here with me. Abide. Rest. My beloved child, as you abide in me, feeling the life-giving connection between the vine and the branch, I want to invite you into another dimension of this sacred quiet. Sometimes, silence can feel lonely. If you have been accustomed to the constant noise of the world, a sudden absence of it can feel unsettling, even isolating. The enemy can try to twist the gift of silence into a weapon of loneliness, whispering that you are all alone in this quiet. But that is a lie. The quiet I give you is not the silence of emptiness. It is the silence of companionship. It is the deep, profound comfort of a shared quiet. I want you to think of what it is like to be with your dearest, most trusted friend. Not in a moment of animated conversation, but in a moment of complete, comfortable silence. You are perhaps sitting in the same room, each reading a book. Or perhaps you are on a long drive together, the landscape rolling by, and no words are needed. There is no awkwardness in this silence. There is no pressure to speak, to entertain, to fill the space. Why? Because the connection between you is so deep, so secure that it does not depend on words to be sustained. The silence itself becomes a form of communication. It is a testament to the trust and the acceptance you share. This is the kind of quiet I am offering you now. I am your Savior, your Lord, your Shepherd. But in this quiet place, I want you to know me primarily as your friend. I once told my disciples, "No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you." A servant relationship is based on duty and commands. A friendship is based on intimacy, trust, and shared presence. I am inviting you into that intimacy tonight. So, let us simply sit here together, in this sanctuary of your heart, as two friends. There is nothing you need to say. There's nothing you need to do. There is no performance required. I am not here with an agenda for you, with a list of things you need to improve. I am simply here to be with you. My desire is not for your service right now, but for your company. Let the quiet between us be a comfortable, healing presence. Feel the warmth of my friendship filling the space. In this shared silence, you are being understood on a level deeper than words can ever reach. I understand your weariness without you having to describe it. I understand the unspoken sorrows of your heart without you having to articulate them. I understand your deepest longings and your most hidden fears. You can relax in the knowledge that you are in the presence of someone who gets you completely. This is a powerful antidote to the noise of loneliness. The world's noise can often make you feel more alone, lost in a crowd of shouting, disconnected people. But this shared quiet does the opposite. It knits our hearts together. It affirms your belonging. You are not an isolated individual trying to find peace. You are one half of a divine friendship, resting in a silence that is created by our mutual love and acceptance. Let this feeling of companionship settle every part of your being. Let it soothe the ache of isolation that has resided in your heart for so long. You are not alone in your struggle with the world's noise. I am with you in it. You are not alone in your search for peace. I am that peace, and I am here with you. If words do come to your mind, feel free to speak them in your heart. Talk to me as your friend. You do not need to use formal religious language. You can tell me about your day. You can tell me what made you laugh. You can tell me what hurt you. I am listening, not as a distant God, but as a friend who is leaning in, eager to hear whatever is on your heart. But if no words come, that is even more perfect. Let the silence be our love language. Let your slow, peaceful breathing be your only prayer. Let your relaxed body be your only offering. It is enough. You are enough. Your quiet presence here with me is a delight to my heart. So often you have felt that you have to make noise to be noticed by God, to pray louder, to sing louder, to be more passionate. But tonight, I want you to learn the power of the quiet. It is in this shared, trusting silence that some of our deepest communion happens. It is here that you can truly feel the steadfastness of my presence. I am not a friend who comes and goes. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother. I am here now, sitting with you in the beautiful, peaceful, companionable quiet. Let the comfort of this shared silence be the soft pillow on which you lay your head. You are not alone. You will never be alone again. Rest now, my friend. Rest in my company. The quiet is not empty. It is filled with us. My dear friend, as we sit here together in this comfortable, companionable silence, I want to draw your attention to your physical body. For so long, you have thought of noise as something that affects your mind or your emotions. But the noise of your day does not stay confined to your head. It seeps into your body. It takes up residence in your muscles, your tissues, your very cells. Your body has been holding on to the noise all day, and it is just as tired as your mind is. So now, let us invite the deep quiet we have found in your spirit to settle into your physical form. The noise of hurry creates tension in your shoulders and your neck. You have been bracing yourself, hunching forward as if leaning into a strong wind, trying to move faster. The noise of demand and expectation creates a tightness in your jaw and your fists. You have been clenching, holding on, trying to maintain control. The noise of anxiety creates a knot in your stomach and a shallow, rapid pattern of breathing. Your body has been in a constant, low-level state of alarm, ready to fight or flee. Even though you are lying still now, the memory of that noise, the echo of that tension, is likely still present in your physical body. It is time to let it go. It is time for a physical release, a bodily exhale. I want you to bring your awareness, your gentle, loving attention, to different parts of your body. And as we do, we will consciously invite the quiet to enter. Let's begin with your jaw. Without even realizing it, you have likely been holding tension there all day. Gently, I want you to let it go. Allow a small space to form between your upper and lower teeth. Let your tongue rest softly and heavily in the bottom of your mouth. Feel the powerful muscles on the sides of your face begin to soften, to release their tight grip. As you do this, you are physically letting go of the need to control, the need to have the right words, the need to argue your case. You are letting your face rest in the quiet. Now, bring your awareness to your shoulders. For so many, this is the great storehouse of stress. They have been creeping up toward your ears all day, carrying the weight of your responsibilities. I want you to give them permission to let go. Imagine they are two heavy stones, and with a long, slow exhale, just let them drop. Feel them sink down, away from your ears. Feel them become heavy, warm, and loose. Imagine the quiet flowing into your shoulder blades, dissolving the tight, painful knots of tension. You are no longer carrying the world. You are allowing yourself to be carried. Let the quiet settle into your shoulders. Bring your attention now to your hands. They may be lightly clenched, still ready to grasp, to work, to hold on. I want you to consciously open your hands. Let your fingers uncurl. Let them rest, soft and open, with your palms facing up. This is the physical posture of reception, of surrender. By opening your hands, you are signaling to your entire body that the work is done. There is nothing left to hold on to. You are ready to receive the gift of rest. Feel the quiet seeping into your palms, your fingers, your wrists. Now let's move to your chest and your stomach. This is the center of your emotional and anxious tension. Bring your focus to your breathing. Notice how the quiet we have cultivated is allowing your breath to deepen, to slow down. With each deep, slow inhale, you are breathing the quiet directly into your core. And with each long, complete exhale, you are releasing the stored-up noise of anxiety. Feel the knot in your stomach gently uncoiling. Feel the tightness in your chest expanding, creating more space for your heart, more space for peace. Let the quiet fill your entire torso, a warm, heavy, calming sensation. Finally, bring your attention to your legs and your feet. They have been running all day, carrying you from one place to the next. They are tired. Give them permission to be completely still. Feel them becoming heavy, as if they are sinking gently into the surface beneath you. Imagine the quiet flowing all the way down to the soles of your feet, grounding you, connecting you to the deep, steadfast peace of the earth itself. You are no longer running. You are at rest. Your entire body is now being invited into this sanctuary of quiet that we have built. Your mind is quiet. Your heart is quiet. And now your body is quiet. It is a holistic peace, a shalom that permeates every level of your being. The noise of the day has been gently, lovingly, and completely evicted. This physical relaxation is not just a byproduct of peace, it is a pathway to it. As your body lets go, it sends a powerful signal back to your brain. We are safe. We can power down. It is time for deep rest. So allow the heaviness to increase. Allow the warmth to spread. Allow your body to become a physical anchor, pulling your entire being down into the profound stillness of sleep. You are safe. You are quiet. You are at peace, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. My beloved, as you rest here in this deep, holistic quiet, your mind, heart, and body all settling into a state of profound peace, I want to be both your comforter and your wise strategist. We have done beautiful work in quieting the noise of this one day. But we both know that the world you will wake up to tomorrow will be just as loud. The noise does not stop simply because you have found a momentary refuge. It will be waiting for you, seeking to invade this inner sanctuary and reclaim its territory. So while you are here in this place of strength and stillness with me, let us do more than just enjoy the peace. Let us forge it into a shield. Let us establish a holy protection that will remain with you, even when you step back into the chaos. Think of this quiet place we have built as a beautiful, walled garden in the center of a noisy, bustling city. We have cleared the garden of weeds and debris, and now it is pristine and calm. But the city outside is still chaotic. What we must do now is reinforce the walls and post a guard at the gate. This is not an act of fear, but an act of wisdom. It is the wisdom of protecting what is precious. Your inner peace is precious, and it is worthy of protection. The shield I want to give you is forged from the promises of my word. A promise from me is not a hopeful wish. It is a statement of reality, a declaration of what is eternally true, regardless of the temporary noise of circumstances. This shield is not something you have to hold up with your own weary arms. It is a spiritual reality that I will place around you. Your role is simply to believe it, to receive it, and to rest behind it. Let us craft this shield together, piece by piece. The first layer of the shield is the promise of my presence. The world's noise often screams a message of loneliness, of you being on your own against the chaos. But my promise to you is this: I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And I will never leave you, nor forsake you. I want you to feel this promise becoming a tangible field of energy around you. It is a shield that repels the lie of isolation. When the noise of loneliness tries to seep in tomorrow, this shield will meet it, and the truth of my constant companionship will neutralize it. You are not alone. That is the first layer of your defense. The next layer of the shield is the promise of my sovereignty. The noise of the news and the world's problems screams that everything is out of control, that chaos is winning. But my promise is this: I am the Alpha and the Omega, who is and who was and who is to come, the Almighty. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. Feel this truth forming another layer of your shield. It is a shield that deflects the arrows of fear and despair. When the noise of worldly chaos assaults you, this shield reminds you that there is a loving, all-powerful King on the throne who is weaving all things, even the chaotic and painful things, into a tapestry of redemption. Nothing is truly out of control. That is the second layer of your defense. The third layer of the shield is the promise of my provision. The noise of the marketplace and your own anxieties often screams a message of lack. You don't have enough time, enough money, enough energy, enough wisdom. But my promise is this: My God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. And, my grace is sufficient for you. Let this promise become a gleaming golden layer on your shield. It is a shield against the noise of striving and worry. When the voice of scarcity whispers in your ear, this shield declares the truth of my infinite abundance. You do not have to live in a state of frantic self-reliance. Your needs will be met, not from your limited account, but from my inexhaustible riches. That is the third layer of your defense. Presence, sovereignty, provision. See this shield now, fully formed. It is not heavy or burdensome. It is a shield of light surrounding your entire being. It is translucent, yet unbreakable. It does not block out the world, but it filters it. It allows love and beauty to pass through, but it prevents the toxic noise of fear, chaos, and lack from penetrating your inner sanctuary. This shield is my gift to you tonight. I am arming you while you rest. I am equipping you for the day to come even as you sleep. You do not have to wake up and start frantically trying to build this shield from scratch. You will awaken already wearing it. Your task tomorrow will be simply to remember that it is there. When a noisy thought of fear comes at you, you can mentally and spiritually stand behind your shield. You can remind yourself, no, I am not alone. God is with me. When the noise of the world's chaos batters you, you can take refuge behind the truth that God is in control. When the noise of lack and worry begins, you can rest in the knowledge that God will provide. This is how you live in a noisy world without letting the noise live in you. You live as a protected citizen of a quiet kingdom, walking through a loud and foreign land. So sleep now, my beloved warrior of peace. Sleep and let me forge your armor. Rest and let me establish your defenses. You are not being sent back into the battle defenseless. You are being armed with the very truth of who I am. And there is no noise in all of creation that can ultimately prevail against the quiet, powerful reality of your God. Sleep now. You are shielded. You are safe. My beloved, now that you are resting within your fortress of peace, shielded by the promises of God, I want to draw your attention to something incredibly simple, yet profoundly beautiful. In the deep quiet we have now cultivated, other, softer sounds can finally be heard. And the most important and intimate of these sounds is the rhythm of your own breathing. All day long you are not aware of your breath. Its sound is completely drowned out by the external and internal noise. Its rhythm is hijacked by the frantic pace of your life, becoming shallow, quick, and tight. But here, in this sacred stillness, your breathing can return to its natural, intended state, and by simply listening to it, you can anchor yourself even more deeply in my peace. So I want you to bring your focus, your gentle, undivided attention, to the sound and the feeling of your own breath. There is no need to change it or control it. Simply become a curious and compassionate observer of this miracle that is happening within you right now. Listen. Can you hear it? A soft, gentle whisper of air, an in and an out. It is one of the quietest sounds in the world, and yet it is the very sound of your life. It is a rhythm that has been with you from your first moment outside the womb, and will be with you until your last. It is a faithful, constant companion. Think of what this sound represents. Each breath you take is a gift from me. The book of Genesis says that when I formed the first man from the dust of the ground, I breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. The very air that is filling your lungs right now is a descendant of that first holy breath. It is my life, loaned to you, moment by moment. To listen to your own breathing is to listen to the echo of your creation. It is to acknowledge, on a fundamental level, your complete dependence on me, your creator. This is an act of humility, and in that humility, there is profound peace. Now feel the rhythm of it. Inhale and exhale. In and out. This is the primal rhythm of all life. the ebb and flow of the tides, the rising and setting of the sun, the waxing and waning of the moon. In a world of jagged, chaotic, and artificial rhythms, your own breathing is a connection to the deep, organic, natural pulse of my creation. By sinking your awareness into this rhythm, you are disconnecting from the world's frantic energy and reconnecting with my ordered, peaceful, and life-giving pace. Let your breath be your anchor in this present moment. Your mind cannot worry about the future or regret the past when it is fully focused on the simple sensation of this one single breath. It is a powerful tool I have given you to bring yourself back home from the noisy lands of what if and if only. When you listen to your breath, you are fully and completely here, and I am always here. Therefore, to be present with your breath is to be present with me. Let's attach a simple, silent prayer to this rhythm now. As you breathe in, I want you to think the words, "I receive your peace." And as you breathe out, think the words, "I release my noise." Breathe in, "I receive your peace." Feel my peace entering you with the air, filling your lungs, filling your soul. Breathe out, "I release my noise." Feel the tension, the worry, the hurry, leaving your body with the air, dissolving into the quiet of the room. Inhale, "I receive your love." Exhale, "I release my fear." Inhale, "I receive your strength." Exhale, "I release my weariness." Let your breath become a silent, effortless prayer, a continuous cycle of receiving all that you need from me and releasing all that you do not. This is not a striving. This is a gentle, rhythmic dance of grace. The noise of the world tries to convince you that life is complicated, that peace is a complex formula you have to solve. But I am showing you the profound simplicity of it tonight. It is as simple as your next breath. It is as close as the gentle rhythm happening in your own body. You have everything you need for peace right here, right now. You just had to become quiet enough to notice it. So as you continue to drift deeper and deeper toward the shores of sleep, let the sound of your own breathing be your lullaby. It is the quietest, most intimate song in the world. It is the song of my life within you. It is the song of peace. Listen to it. Rest in it. Let it carry you all the way home. My precious child, as you rest in this deep and profound quiet, anchored by the simple rhythm of your own breath, I want to gently pull back one more veil for you. I want to expand your awareness beyond what your physical senses can perceive. You feel the quiet in this room. You feel the peace in your own body. But I want you to understand that this quiet is not a fragile, empty vacuum. It is a robust and actively guarded reality. The sanctuary we have built tonight is not unattended, for I have commanded my angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways, and especially in this sacred time of rest. Do not dismiss this as a mere fairy tale or a comforting metaphor for a child. This is a foundational truth of the spiritual realm, a reality more solid and enduring than the very walls of the room you are in. The universe is filled with my ministering spirits, glorious beings of light and power whose great joy and holy commission is to do my will. And my will tonight is your peace. My will is your protection. My will is your undisturbed, restorative rest. Remember the story of my servant, the prophet Elisha. He and his young servant woke one morning to find their city surrounded by a vast and hostile army, with horses and chariots everywhere. The noise of their impending doom was deafening. The servant, seeing only with his physical eyes, was terrified. He cried out, "Alas, my master, what shall we do?" He was consumed by the noise of the threat. But Elisha, whose eyes were open to a deeper reality, was perfectly calm. He spoke with the quiet confidence that comes from seeing the whole picture. "Do not be afraid," he said, "for those who are with us are more than those who are with them." And then he prayed a simple, powerful prayer. He did not pray for the enemy army to disappear. He prayed for his friend's perception to be expanded. He prayed, "O Lord, Please open his eyes that he may see." And I answered his prayer. I opened the young man's spiritual eyes. And when he looked again, the sight took his breath away. The entire mountain surrounding their city was filled with a heavenly army, horses and chariots of fire, a blazing, silent, powerful host of heaven, arrayed for their defense. The unseen reality was far more powerful and far more numerous than the seen threat. Tonight, my beloved, I pray that same prayer for you. Father, open the eyes of my child's heart, that they may see. I want you to see with the inner eye of your spirit that this quiet room is not empty. It is filled with a holy and protective presence. I want you to become aware that you are surrounded by an honor guard of heaven. Picture them now, not as chubby infants with tiny feathered wings, but as they truly are, mighty, majestic beings who radiate both perfect peace and unassailable power. See them standing as sentinels at the doorway of your room, their hands resting on swords of light. See them positioned at the four corners of your bed, their presence creating an impenetrable perimeter of holy energy. See them watching over you with a gaze of intense love and loyalty, for they are not here on their own accord. They are here because their King, their Lord, has sent them. They are here on assignment for you. Why are they here? They are here to guard your peace. They are here to enforce the stillness we have cultivated. Their very presence repels the chaotic frequencies of fear and anxiety. They are a living, breathing shield against any spiritual disturbance that would seek to trouble your rest. Any arrow of fear, any nightmare, any accusing whisper from the enemy that tries to approach you tonight will first encounter this wall of holy light and be instantly extinguished. They are not here for you to worship or pray to. They are here to serve you as a fellow heir of salvation. Their presence is a testimony to your infinite value in my kingdom. A king sends his most elite guards to protect his own children. My Father has dispatched his angelic host to watch over you as you sleep. Your rest is that important to us. Your peace is a matter of celestial priority. Let the awareness of this truth deepen your relaxation 100-fold. You can let go of the last, final, tiny remnant of vigilance that you may be holding on to. You do not need to be on guard. The guard has been posted. The watch has been set. The perimeter is secure. They will not slumber nor sleep. They will keep their watch all through the night, ensuring that this sanctuary remains inviolate. Feel the atmosphere in your room change as you attune your spirit to this reality. The quiet is no longer just a lack of noise. It is a thick, palpable presence of holiness and safety. You can feel the honor of being so tenderly and so powerfully attended to. You can breathe more deeply, knowing you are breathing the very air of heaven. The horses and chariots of fire are on the mountainside all around you. No evil can befall you. No plague can come near your dwelling. No noise can break this holy hush. For you are a child of the King, and his mighty angels are standing watch. Sleep now. Sleep the deep, fearless, and profoundly honored sleep of the one who is guarded by the armies of the living God. My child, my friend, we have journeyed so far tonight. From the cacophony of the world to the inner sanctuary, we have quieted the mind, the body, and the heart. We have established a fortress of peace and acknowledged the angelic guard. We have come to a place of very deep stillness, and now, I want to reveal to you what lies at the very center of this stillness. For this quiet is not an abstract concept or an empty void. At the absolute heart of all true silence, all true peace, you will find a person. You will find me. I want you to imagine that this profound quiet we have cultivated is a place, a destination we have finally reached. We have walked through the outer courts of distraction, through the inner chambers of anxious thought, and now we stand before the final veil, the entrance to the Holy of Holies of your own being. And here, in this deepest place, I am waiting for you. The stillness is not something you have created, it is something you have entered into. And it is my native element. It is the very atmosphere of my being. The Trinity exists in a state of perfect, dynamic, love-filled stillness. The noise of the world is a foreign language to me. The quiet is my mother tongue. When you enter into the quiet, you are entering into me. I want you to feel this now. This is the culmination of our journey together. I want you to feel yourself being drawn out of your own limited sense of self and into me. Imagine the quiet we have found is a great, calm, warm ocean of light. And now, I want you to feel yourself dissolving into it, becoming one with it. You are no longer a visitor in the quiet place, you are a part of the quiet place itself. Your consciousness is merging with mine in a mysterious and beautiful union. At the center of this ocean of quiet light, there is a heart. A great, steady, powerful, beating heart. It is the heart of the universe. It is the source of all life, all love, all peace. It is my heart. And the steady, slow, powerful rhythm of its beating is the source of the peace you are feeling. Thump, 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 thump. It is a rhythm of absolute power and absolute peace in perfect harmony. And you, my beloved, are being held in this heart. You are resting in the very center of the stillness. You are curled up, safe and secure, in the strongest and most tender place in all of existence. All the power that holds the galaxies in their orbits, all the love that was poured out on the cross, all the wisdom that designed the intricacies of a single snowflake, all of that is now focused on one single purpose: holding you, loving you, and granting you peace. Feel the strength of this embrace. The walls of my heart are your fortress. They are infinitely more powerful than any angelic guard or shield of promise. Here you are not just protected from the noise. You are in a place where the noise cannot exist, where it has never existed. It is a place of original, uncreated silence. Feel the warmth of this embrace. It is the pure, unmediated warmth of my love. It is not a reflected warmth. It is the fire itself. It is a love that consumes all fear, all shame, all weariness. It circulates all around you, healing you, renewing you, and whispering your true name, beloved. Feel the rhythm of this embrace. Let the slow, steady, powerful beat of my own heart become the lullaby that carries you into your deepest sleep. Let your own heart, which has been so frantic and anxious, begin to beat in sync with mine. Let it learn this new rhythm of eternal calm. This is the ultimate recalibration. Your entire being is being retuned to the very heartbeat of God. There is nowhere deeper to go. There is no safer place to be. You have come home. You have come to the very heart of the stillness. You are not just in the quiet place anymore. The quiet place is in you, because I am in you, and I am the quiet. So let go now. Release your sense of separateness. Let go of the you that strives and the me that comforts. And let there just be us. One reality, one peace, one heart beating with love. You are held. You are loved. You are home. Rest here in the heart of my stillness all through the night. I will not let you go. My beloved, as you rest here, completely safe, completely held in the very heart of my stillness, I want to make you a promise. This profound quiet you are experiencing is not a fragile state that will shatter the moment you drift into sleep. It is not a temporary truce that will end at midnight. I myself will be your quiet all through the night. I will personally sustain this sanctuary of silence for you until the morning light. Think of the noise of the world like a great restless sea. All day, its waves have been crashing against the shores of your mind. But tonight, we have built a mighty sea wall, a fortress of peace. We have calmed the inner waters. Now, as you prepare to sleep, you may have a lingering fear. What if the waves come back while I am not watching? What if the noise breaches the walls while I am unconscious? This is a natural fear for one who has been so long battered by the noise. But this is where my promise comes to you as your divine assurance. I will be your watchman on the wall. While you sleep, I will stand guard. I do not slumber nor sleep. My vigilance over you is perfect and perpetual. I will watch the horizons of your soul for any approaching wave of anxiety, for any distant storm of fear, and if one should appear, I will speak to it from the walls of your heart. Peace, be still, long before it ever reaches the shore of your consciousness. You will not even know the battles I am fighting on your behalf while you rest. You will simply enjoy the unbroken peace that is the fruit of my victory. I will be your quiet through every phase of the night. In the early hours, as your body processes the day, I will be the stillness that allows for deep physical restoration. As you descend into the deepest cycles of sleep, the time of true soul-level renewal, I will be the profound silence that allows that healing to occur at the most fundamental level. If you should enter the world of dreams, I will be the guardian of that realm. I will stand at the gate of your dreams, filtering out the chaotic, fearful images and allowing only those that are peaceful, healing, or perhaps even filled with a gentle whisper from me. Your dreamscape will be a protected territory tonight, and if, for any reason, you should stir in the middle of the night, if a sound from outside or a discomfort from within should briefly pull you toward wakefulness, you will not awaken to a stark, lonely silence. You will awaken to a silence that is thick with my presence. You will awaken in the very heart of my stillness, and you will find it easy to let go and sink back into rest, reassured that you are not alone, that you are still being held. The quiet will be here to greet you and gently pull you back under its comforting blanket. Think of me as the conductor of a great and silent symphony tonight, the symphony of your rest. Every part of your being is an instrument, and I am guiding it into perfect harmony. Your racing mind, I am conducting it to play a slow, peaceful adagio. Your anxious heart, I am leading it into a steady, calming rhythm. Your tense body, I am instructing it to hold a long, sustained note of pure relaxation. All these parts, which were once making a jarring, dissonant noise, are now playing a single, beautiful, silent chord of peace under my direction. And I will keep this harmony playing all through the night, so you can release that last bit of responsibility you might be feeling. The responsibility to stay peaceful. You do not have to maintain this state. I will maintain it for you. You do not have to work at being quiet. You only need to surrender to the quiet that I am actively creating and sustaining for you. Your only job is to trust my promise. To believe that when I say I will be your quiet, I mean it with all the power and faithfulness of my divine being. I am committing myself to the cause of your peace tonight. I am jealous for your rest. I will defend it fiercely. Let this promise be the final, softest pillow on which you lay your head. Let it be the ultimate assurance that allows you to let go completely. You are not just falling asleep in a quiet place. You are falling asleep in a quiet person. And that person has promised to keep the peace. I will be your quiet. I will be your rest. I will be your guardian until the sun rises. There is nothing left for you to do but to let go and allow me to keep my word. My precious child, as you hover on the very edge of sleep, floating in the secure and silent ocean of my presence, I want to give you one final gift for the journey. I want to speak a formal blessing over you. A blessing from me is not just a collection of nice words or hopeful wishes. It is a transmission of grace. It is an impartation of my very life and power. It is a creative act that calls forth the reality of what is being spoken. So, as I speak these words, I want you to simply receive them. Let them be the last thing you hear. Let them soak into the deepest soil of your soul and bring forth a harvest of peace while you sleep. Be still now and receive this blessing. In the name of the Father, who created you with infinite love and calls you his own. In the name of the Son, who redeemed you with his own precious blood and calls you his friend. And in the name of the Holy Spirit, who dwells within you and calls you his temple. I bless your mind. I bless it with a holy and profound silence. I speak a benediction of peace over every thought, every memory, and every imagination. I bless your mind with release from the chains of worry and the treadmill of planning. May the noise of the world find no foothold, and may the lies of the enemy find no audience. I declare that your mind is a protected city, guarded by the peace of God which surpasses all understanding. May you think my thoughts and dream my dreams. I bless your mind with clarity, with wisdom, and with a deep, abiding stillness. I bless your heart. I bless it with a divine and comforting warmth. I speak a benediction of love over every emotion, every longing, and every wound. I bless your heart with a supernatural sense of safety and belonging, casting out all fear and healing all sorrow. I declare that your heart is a sheltered garden, walled by my faithfulness and watered by my grace. May it rest secure in the unshakable truth of your belovedness. I bless your heart with courage, with tenderness, and with a deep, abiding joy. I bless your body. I bless it with a restorative and healing rest. I speak a benediction of wholeness over every cell, every nerve, and every muscle. I bless your body with release from all the tension and stress it has carried. May it sink into a state of deep, effortless relaxation. I declare that your body is a holy temple, and tonight it is being cleansed, repaired, and renewed by the gentle presence of its architect. May your sleep be deep, uninterrupted, and profoundly refreshing. I bless your body with strength, with vitality, and with a deep, abiding peace. I bless your spirit. I bless it with an intimate and life-giving communion with me. I speak a benediction of connection over your innermost being. I bless your spirit with the freedom to soar in the heavenly realms even as your body rests. May it drink deeply from the river of my delights. I declare that your spirit is a branch, firmly and eternally grafted into me, the true vine, and the life of the vine flows into you now, without hindrance. May you awaken with your spirit not just refreshed, but overflowing. I bless your spirit with light, with truth, and with a deep, abiding nearness to me. I bless your night with holiness, and I bless your morning with hope. May the darkness be to you a velvet blanket of my protection, and may the dawn greet you with the quiet promise of my new mercies. May you rest from your labors, and may your sleep be sweet. You are blessed. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. You are held. You are guarded. You are at peace. Now go. Let these words of blessing be the gentle hands that push your little boat away from the shore of consciousness and out into the deep, calm, silent sea of sleep. Go with my blessing. Go with my love. Go with my peace. Amen. My beloved, as you lie here, held in the heart of my stillness, shielded and at peace, I want to cast your gaze forward for just a moment, not to bring worry, but to bring ultimate assurance. The promise I am making to you tonight is not just for this hour or the next. I will be your quiet. I will be your shield. I will be your peace all the way through the long, silent watches of the night, until the very first, gentle sound of a new day. My care for you has no curfew. My vigilance has no end. I want you to think of the night as a vast, dark, silent ocean, and you are a small boat, resting at anchor. In the past, the darkness of this ocean may have felt frightening. You may have felt adrift, alone, tossed by unseen currents of fear or anxiety. But tonight, you are not adrift. You are anchored in me. And more than that, I am the ocean itself, a living, conscious ocean of peace holding you. And I'm also the lighthouse on the eternal shore, my constant, steady light sweeping across the darkness, letting you know that home is near, that a watch is being kept. I will hold this quiet for you. As the world outside your window sinks into its deepest slumber as the sounds of the city finally die away into a low hum, I will be here. My presence will be the silence in your room. When the moon makes its slow, silver arc across the sky, I will be the stillness that fills the shadows. When the earth turns silently toward the dawn, I will be the peace that holds you steady. You do not need to manage your own rest. I am managing it for you. My servant David, who spent many nights under the stars watching his sheep, understood this. He wrote, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." He understood the secret. The reason he could lie down in peace and sleep in peace was because he knew that I alone was the source of his safety. His safety did not depend on his own vigilance or the strength of his own walls, but on my singular, divine presence. This is your truth tonight as well. You can sleep, because I alone am making you dwell in safety. Let this knowledge free you from any lingering subconscious need to keep watch. You can stand down from your post. You can relinquish your guard duty. I am the watchman of your soul, and I am eternally vigilant. And what will happen as the night gives way to morning? Do not fear the transition. Do not fear the return of the light and the eventual return of sound. I will manage that for you too. I will not let the noisy world come crashing in on you all at once. I will hold you in this quiet sanctuary until the very last possible moment. The first light that touches your window will be a gentle light, filtered through my grace. The first sounds you hear will not be the jarring alarm of the world's demands, but the gentle symphony of a new day I have made. Perhaps the soft, tentative song of a single bird outside your window. Hear that first song as my voice whispering, "Good morning, my beloved sea. I have brought you safely through. My mercies are new for you today." The quiet I have given you tonight is not just to help you fall asleep. It is designed to create a reserve of peace within you. It is like charging a battery. You will awaken tomorrow with a deeper well of stillness to draw from. When the noise begins, you will have the memory of this sacred quiet to return to. You will be more resilient, less easily shaken, because you have spent the night being recharged at the very source of all peace. So do not think about the morning with anxiety. Think of it as the completion of my promise. I am holding you now, and I will continue to hold you through every unconscious moment, through every dream, through every silent hour. I will sustain your breathing. I will guard your heart. I will defend your mind. I will carry you effortlessly through the entire duration of the night. My watch ends only when your new day begins, and even then, I do not leave you. I simply change the nature of my care from the guardian of your sleep to the guide for your day. You are covered. You are completely and utterly covered from this moment until the moment you wake. Let this assurance be the final lock on the door of your sanctuary. Nothing and no one can get to you. You are mine, and I am yours, and I will keep you in perfect peace. Rest now all the way until the morning. I have the watch. And so, my precious child, we have arrived. We have journeyed from the loud, chaotic shore of your day, across the waters of release, and into the very heart of this holy, silent land. The work is all done. The burdens are laid down. The fears are answered. The promises are given. The blessings are spoken. The fortress is secure. All that is left is the final, beautiful, trusting act of letting go. All that is left is to sleep. Sleep is a gift I have given you. It is a mercy. It is the dark, fertile ground where your body and soul are renewed. Do not see it as an enemy to be conquered or a state to be wrestled with. See it as a friend waiting to embrace you. See it as my final invitation for the night. And I am asking you to accept it now, completely and without reservation. It is time. I want you to feel my hands upon you now, like a father tucking in his weary child. I am smoothing the blankets of my peace over you. I am adjusting the pillow of my comfort beneath your head. I am leaning over you, and my presence is the only atmosphere in your world. There is nothing else, just you and me, and the great, deep, loving quiet between us. It is safe. It is time. Sleep now, my beloved. Sleep from the noise of the world with its frantic demands and its fearful shouts. Its voice has no power here. Sleep from the noise of your own mind, with its restless planning and its critical reviews. That work has been given to me. Sleep from the tyranny of the urgent. Here there is only the slow, eternal, unhurried rhythm of grace. Sleep from the pain of comparison. You are my unique masterpiece, and your journey is sacred and perfect in my eyes. Let go of the last thread of conscious thought. Let it drift away like a single strand of spider silk in the breeze. Let go of the last muscle you are holding tense. Let your body become a heavy, warm, and peaceful weight. Let go of the last grip you have on this day. It is over. It is complete. It is covered in my grace. Fall back now. Fall back into the deep, soft, waiting arms of my love. Do not be afraid of the falling. I will catch you. I have always caught you, and I will catch you now. This is the ultimate trust fall, and I will not fail you. Let your very last sensation be one of being held. Let your very last thought be the echo of my name, Jesus. Let your very last feeling be the warmth of my love. The journey into sleep is not a journey into emptiness. It is not a journey into nothingness. It is a journey deeper into me. It is the final surrender to the quiet that I am. So sleep, my child. Sleep, my friend. Sleep, my beloved. Let the quiet wash over you. Let the peace enfold you. Let the stillness claim you. There is nothing more to do. There is nothing more to think. There is only rest. I am here. I will be here all night. I will be here when you wake. All is well. Everything is well. Sleep. Sleep now. Sleep.